Anyways, welcome to the round 8 episode of Lachie Does Footy. For this week's episode, we'll be taking a look back at the round 7 results, ladder after round 7, and predicting the round 8 scores, even though the Collingwood-Hawthorn game ended as a draw. Yeah. First game of the round was Bulldogs in Sydney at Marvel Stadium. One of the Swans have rolled the Bulldogs' 10th anniversary to win by like 10 goals. That's 60 points. Melbourne cruised through for a huge win over Richmond at the MCG. Hawthorn, they had a great win over the Gold Coast over at UTAS Stadium in Launceston. Scott Pendlebury would turn back the clock on Anzac Day against Essendon to help Collingwood win by 77 points. Port Adelaide would score a 30-point upset win over Geelong. Carlton would lose by just 14 against the Dockers. On Sunday, St Kilda would belt the Eagles by 101 points at Marvel. The Lions belted the Crows by 52 at the Gabba. While GWS and North Melbourne played the closest game of the round at Barnacle Oval in Canberra. Ladder after round 7. Well, the Tigers are bottom of the ladder. Essendon is 17th. 16th is Carlton. 15th is West Coast. 14th is Giants. 13th we got the Crows. 12th Saints and Power 11th. Bad news myself and Crows fans. We're below Port on the ladder again. 10th is the Bulldogs. 9th is Geelong. 8th Collingwood. 7th Suns. 6th is the Roos. Brisbane Lions sit in 5th. 4th we got Melbourne. 3rd we got Hawthorn. 2nd we got Freo. And 1st is the Sydney Swans. For the Collingwood-Hawthorn game, that game was a draw. Anyways, let's go to the rest of the round 8 predictions. Bulldogs and Fremantle at Marvel. I got the Dockers by 31 points. Crows, Power at Adelaide Oval. I reckon the Crows win the showdown by 20 points. Saturday, we got Essendon and Brisbane at Marvel. Sam Draper versus his old side. I reckon the Brisbane Lions will get up by about 70 points, as they're back in form already. Geelong and North Melbourne at GMHBA Stadium. I reckon the Cats should be able to win that one by about 11 points, as I don't think the Cattery would probably suit the Kangaroos. West Coast and Richmond at Optus Stadium. I reckon the Eagles will get up that game by about 31 points. Saturday night, Blues Saints at Marvel. Tom De Koning and Jack Silvani versus their old side. I reckon St Kilda will get up by about 31 points as the Saints are finally starting to find their form. Sunday, Sydney and Melbourne at the SCG should be a good game. I reckon the Swans by about 37 points. Suns and Giants at People First Stadium to end the round. I reckon Gold Coast will finally win the Expansion Cup for the first time in 12 years. Suns by about 21 points. And that will be the end of this episode, and we'll see you next week for round 9, which is the Mother's Day edition. Here we are, calm before the showdown storm. Hopefully sometime during the game I can be able to score an interview with Sray, Checkers and Jim Brady before I do, as like a pre-interview ready for the biggest game of Rezzies in 5 weeks, as I'm going to be doing the media stuff of the game, because so that way I don't get hurt and forced into early retirement from playing footy, because there's going to be a few tough players playing in that game. Anyways, I'm actually looking forward to doing the media stuff for this game. That's why, and we'll also be doing a special Adelaide versus Geelong episode of Lachie Does Footy in 5 weeks' time. Stay tuned for this event. And also, hopefully I can snag an interview with Zabanel during the game as well. As a bit of a crossover between our teams. South Australia's biggest Port Adelaide supporter versus South Australia's biggest Adelaide supporter. Wow, what a comeback for the Crows reserves in the SANFL. 13 points in it now. If they can kick 3 more goals, they might hit the front. This could be one of the biggest SANFL showdown comebacks I've ever seen. Now we're nearly 10 goals down at one stage. Can we be able to complete the comeback? Or is that 9-goal lead a bit too much to handle? Anyways, it's another goal to the Crows, 15-8 to 16-9. Go Crows. Here we are. Showdown night. As you all know me, I'm Lachie Brown, one of South Australia's biggest Adelaide Crows supporters around here. And what am I doing being a foreigner in the average cheer squad? Well, Sam actually here for an interview interviewing South Australia's biggest Port Adelaide supporter. Get ready for tonight's game. We'll see soon. I'm at the wrong end. Gonna have to find my own cheer squad. Doing this as a joke. I'm at the wrong end.
Please don't kill us with that.
Anyways, you know me, I'm Lachie Brown, South Australia's biggest Adelaide Crows supporter. And Appleton inclusive legend. As we got we're going to be here interviewing SA's biggest Port Adelaide supporter, Mr. Zayden Burnell.
Hey Lachie, how are you, mate?
Good.
That's good.
Sorry, just camera at the shoes.
That's all good, mate. Well, there I am. Yeah, let me hold it for you.
Thank you. Anyways, how's the preparations going for tonight's game?
Well, I'm very nervous for this, actually. Last week I was it was a bit of surprise, us beating Geelong and all. The week before we almost won against Hawthorn. The way that we're playing right now, I reckon there's a chance. I reckon it's going to be 50-50.
I reckon it'll be a close game. I probably think there's maybe a draw.
It's never happened in showdown before. There was a draw last night.
Yeah, the last time 2 draws happened in the same round was round 7, 1977.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it was when Richmond and Essendon drew 108 each at Waverley and Saints and South Melbourne drew at Moorabbin.
Ah, yeah. It's been definitely a long time.
Yeah, and also enjoy the game tonight.
I appreciate it, Lachie. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's your phone back.
Thank you. This is speaker up. Here we are with the second interview tonight. First we done with Jada Middle. We got the other half of Lowy High goes for the Crows. Jada Middle.
Welcome. Be here on your podcast.
Nice to have you on the podcast too.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. What do you think? What do you think of tonight's game between the Crows and the Power?
It all comes down to the first quarter. If I don't get that midfield working well and be on top around the contest, first couple goals, it'll be a nice strong start for Adelaide. But if it goes the other way, it's going to be a really close game.
Same. I reckon it'll be a close game. I'm actually hoping the Crows get up by at least 10 points.
For me, it'll be Adelaide by 5 goals.
Sure. And I reckon next week we've got Richmond at the MCG. Hopefully we'll get the win.
We should get the win in our second MCG game of the year. And our second of 3 Melbourne trips.
Yeah. The third one's against Essendon and Marvel in round 21.
Yeah, very long time away. We play a couple of double-up teams before we play Essendon.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unfair, but what can you do?
Yeah. Speaking of Melbourne, I went to see them play Collingwood in round 1 and we got the chocolates.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a very, very good game.
Certainly was. Anyways, that's the. Hope you enjoyed the game zone, and I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, Bob.
Got it. Well, Port Adelaide has just run out. This is Mitch Georgiadis' 100th game. Oh man, let's hope they're wearing a home top and getting the home showdown in round 16. But unfortunately, if they wear the prison bar jersey again, why can't we wear the state jersey during the showdown? I mean, we got the same colours as South Australia. Come on, Adelaide. Here we are, the Crows have just run out. Come on, Adelaide. This has been an awesome spectacle here in the ground. Come on, let's go, Adelaide. Just as good as the Gather Round Light show earlier this year when I went to 4 games with Dad 3 weeks ago. Hi, Mum and Dad. Anyways, take 2 for the round 1 SANFL Inclusive League predictions on this new segment of Lachie Does Footy. Goodwood Saints versus Salisbury at Goodwood Oval. So it's going to be a tough. I reckon this is going to be a tough day in the office for Salisbury. Jesse Goodman, Luke Goodman, and Dale Goodman will all be running out for Goodwood for the very first time all together. For this game, I'm going Goodwood by, I reckon, 86 points. It's tough. I reckon this is going to be a tough day in the office for Salisbury. Kenilworth versus Kilburn at Simmons Park in St Mary's for grand final rematch. I reckon for this one, I reckon Kilburn will win the grand final rematch by about 11 points. Tea Tree Gully versus Athelston at Petraringa Oval. For this game, I've got a feeling I reckon my team Athelston will get up in this one by about 18 points. And I reckon Athelston will lead at every change. And anyways, for the last game of the round, Christie's Beach versus Broadview at Bice Oval in Christie's Beach. Well, hopefully the Broadview boys have got enough petrol in their cars ready for the game. For this game, I'm got a feeling I reckon Broadview will get up by about 17 points. The player to watch out for Broadview. He's a mate of this channel, Riley Farmer. He's been watching a lot of my streams. So hopefully he can be able to have a great game after he spent the summer watching highlights of my YouTube videos. Anyways, that is the end of this segment.